Hi there, you're watching the Gardens and Graveyard channel. My name is Charisma, and today we're meeting in the studio and we're going to replant this Hoya and whatever this thing is, I always forget the name of. My best friend calls it the resurrection plant because it just comes back to life all the time. But I grew them together. They're getting too big to grow together. So you can see this one has a lot of extra growth on it. And I just want to give it a little bit of room, prune it up a little bit, and give it just some new life. So what I've done is I have a couple of pots here that I will hang them from, and I mixed up some soil here. It's just potting mix and a lot of perlite. I pre-moistened it so that we could get the plants settled in nice and quick. I'm gonna fill it about half full and then pull this plant out. We'll start with the Hoya because it's a lot less messy. Maybe. Might have to do both. I don't know. Where's this one even coming from? They might sort of be growing together, so we'll see how things go. I planted these together about a year ago, so I don't expect them to be like fully intertwined. Okay, I don't even see a root system on this thing, so I don't understand how it's alive. There's dead in here, but okay, I'll mess with that later. Let's take care of this one because it's nice and straightforward. You can see it's quite heavy, so what I'm gonna do is get the root ball in there. Excuse me, get the root ball in some fresh soil, and then I'm going to trim a lot of this off to lighten its load a little bit and create a thicker canopy. Okay. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, I mean, these things want to climb and they want to be, obviously, want to trail. But also, can we just try to, I don't know, not be so heavy? So what I'm going to do here is, you see the gap between these are quite long and the gap between these are a little bit shorter. I'm just going to go ahead and pop these leaves off right here. And then I'm going to plant this stem all the way up to this stem in the soil. As much as I can. It's a little bit of a shallow bowl. And then this one, with this stem, can just get popped right in to the soil. And I'm just gonna do that with a few of these. Like this one has a big gap. So we'll just do that right here. Oops. And now these are, this one has a big tail. I'm just going to cut the tail off. And that will probably cause it to branch, much like these have branched right here. And this one has a super long tail. It's trying to find somewhere to climb, is what's happening. So, should I put these over here? I'll grab this one. This one has a little bit of a root system, which is nice. We'll just put that back here. It's not too long. I'll leave some of the tails. It gives a little bit of interest. But they don't all need tails. Okay, so this one's really long and heavy. So I'm going to untangle it, assess, and cut. Here, here. Oh. Okay. So, cut this one here. And we'll just pop this one in the soil. Like that. See if this one can come in here. Okay. These ones have a few big gaps, so we'll just take this one here, put this tail in, and then this one I'm gonna just cut off close to this node. Up here And we'll just bury this. Nope, it's this side that goes in. Oh my gosh. Okay, put this one in there. And we'll just cut this piece off right here. We do want to make sure that you're planting in the direction that the plant wants to grow, because that's where all the juices are coming from. But I should have made sure that this might be a little long for a new so again, just pop that off, put this in here. Okay. Now let's move these guys. Okay. So now I have a much fuller, hopefully much happier plant, and I could water in the roots, and go hang her up. Now that we have that one done, let's see what we could do with the other one. So again, I'm just gonna fill this container up. All right, so then with this plant, these things will just, I mean, they're basically just growing in air. There's no roots on them at this point, but there's a lot of dead in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna clip and pop them into the soil and try to create a plant. So like, this is broken right there. This one's just been sort of sitting on the ground. Just pop it in there. These ones, you just want to make sure that there aren't any leaves underneath the soil surface. Outside of that, it's really not rocket science. You do want to make sure that anything that is underneath is healthy and not dead. And you want to make sure that the leaves are pointing in the right direction and you're not, you know, trying to bury the part that's trying to grow. I'm just going to ring and put something in the center, hopefully. Try to keep, these are a little bit more tender, so I don't want to be messing with this as much. We'll just put it right here in the center. There we go. And I thought keeping it trained on this little heart thing would help me, but I'm learning with so many of these trailing houseplants, I really just need to go through once a month and trim them and reroot them. They reroot so easily. You don't have to like do anything, just get them off of the plant. Like all this dead pieces can just get removed. Take off anything like that. Strip these off of there. This one is struggling down on the bottom, so I just clip it to a nice juicy stem and pop it in the soil. All right, now we're ready. And it's not a whole lot to see just yet, but it is at least a full crown and it'll grow in so quickly. Will 100% of those cuttings root and take hold? No. But they are pretty darn successful. The last time I did this was, I think it was in February. I'll link it down below. I was a little bit more detailed in showing you how I repropagate trailing plants. And I had done it with these Tradescanthia. And you can see this one is still not rooted in, see? But it's still living. So we just keep sticking it in there. Here's one that I need to pull out. All I've done is keep them watered. There's another one. Another one. And this one came out, but it's got a live leaf on it. This is very dry. I haven't watered it in a minute here. It definitely wants some water. But for the most part, you could see I did that one and this one. And this one's even starting to bloom. So, like, these trailing plants, they like this. They like being treated like that. And this is where I get all excited because it's doing all this growth. And then it ends up getting super leggy. So, for example, to stay on top of it, my best practices would be like this one is getting tall. So I just come in here and clip this one and put this little top right in the soil next to where it was living before. And if I do that consistently, then I won't have, if I'm able to do that consistently, I won't have this kind of a mess to deal with. I've been meaning to take care of these two plants since I did this one. It was time to do it. So, you know, it's so easy to let them kind of get away from you. Or just get so excited because they're starting to trail and they look so pretty when they start to trail, but then they just get so leggy. Anyway, I'm not gonna mess with these so much today. That's gonna be it for today's video. I will try to remember the name of this plant, or at least the family, and get it up on the screen for you, and find somewhere to hang it. I think it's gonna hang up on there somewhere. Actually, I think this one's gonna end up in my living room. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you were inspired to go maintain a couple of houseplants before we really start ignoring them, because I'm gonna be spending the next few months outside. And I knew I needed to get these things done before that happens. I have one more plant that I really need to take care of. I hope that I'll be doing that this weekend as well. I need to get a taller pole for it to climb on. I don't really think it needs to be transplanted at this time. I just need something taller for it to climb on. So I may or may not show that in a video. That's going to do it for today. I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you were inspired, and I hope that you are celebrating your life, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.